bleeds it, bring the swagger back, huh? And smack a motherfucker in the MAGA hat, huh? They wanna ride the wave, but they had their chance, huh? I'm a motherfucking legend like I'm bag of Vans, huh? Yeah, I had to raise the interest like a cash advance, huh? Yeah, I watch them turn to dust when I clap my hands, huh? Niggas talking about the trust, so I had to laugh, huh? Yeah, I can feel the rush when I do my dance, huh? Every time that I move, I put them in a trance, huh? They wanna taste the sauce, they wanna catch a glance, huh? Now they're asking who the boss, like I'm Tony Danza, because I raise the fucking bar with every single stanza. Yeah. Ooh, let me mix it up. Ooh, let me cut it up. Ooh, let me take a hit.
All right, we're back in business. We got it going. Sorry about that, y'all. Shit was tripping. My signal was all red and shit. It was just not looking good. But I think that we're back now. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to hear the entirety of the new song. But that was my new song that I'm about to drop here called Clip It. It's coming pretty soon. It's from my album. I'm dropping actually 2 albums coming up. One is going to be like a traditional Jaron Ikner album. And then the other one's going to be a movie score album where I take all my movie scores from my film Impossible Colors, coming soon, put it on the album. So that's coming soon. Anyways, let's get into this because we're already behind quite a bit. I am Jaron Ikner. I'm a multimedia artist, been telling stories my entire life. I've been doing professionally for about a decade now through my company, Starstruck Multimedia, where I specialize in helping artists with their vision. I help them tell their story in the most genuine way possible. Not just artists, but small businesses as well. I've worked with dozens of companies. I've worked with different brands. And my whole thing is about telling stories, but at the end of it, the core of it all is my love and passion for music. Music is my ultimate solace, my ultimate peace. I love music to death. It's always been there. When my father died at an early age, music helped me get through that. And it's always been a staple in my life. Coming back around to the heat check, I actually did the heat check back in 2017 and 18 and was basically doing live reviews. And then I stopped doing it for a while. But then this Nero app popped up, which made it a lot easier for me to organize your guys' music and make a couple of dollars off it as well. And that's why we brought back the heat check. So that's a little spiel. That's just spiel. The connection seems to be working a lot better now, which is good. That's exciting. I might even kick up this bit rate a little bit so I can look a little bit sexier for y'all. Let me see here. Kick this bit rate up a little bit. All right, cool, bet. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We don't have a lot of songs tonight, honestly. We only have, let me see here, 16 songs tonight, which is a good start. And as you guys know, if you're veterans of the heat checks, that number will go up probably throughout the night. But I'm going to give my honest review of your guys' music, get the best feedback I possibly can, and basically just do what I can to help you guys out. If you guys want to support the heat check, you can do it through the super chat or other stuff. I'm thinking about setting up some stuff. I need to probably take advantage of the audience that I'm gathering here, but I might make a Discord page. I might make a Patreon. I don't know, a website. I don't know, but I'm gonna be making something here soon that you guys can congregate at and meet, and maybe we do a blog or something and do write-ups, which is something that I do. So I don't know. We're gonna figure something out here, but stay tuned for all that. We're gonna go ahead and get into this. I've been talking too much. We're already behind schedule. Up first is one of heat check veterans, traveled through the nebula, who always delivers bangers. Let me see here. Sorry, this is not a beer. This is a sparkling water. The song's called Life Eternal. The description says, turning 31 today. Happy birthday. So I thought I might give you a sneak peek. Here's the extended orchestral version I've been mentioning. P.S. could only add 10 minutes. Do what you must. No worries. So just so you understand what he's talking about, he did use the extended feature, which allows you to listen to, allows me or forces me to listen to the whole fucking song, or 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes of the song. So that's what he used. You can use that feature. There's also the skip feature too. In case you want to do some skipping. The line's too long. You can skip the line and get your song heard. But we're going to go ahead and get into this. Let me see here. Entries are coming in. We already got 2 more since we started. All right. Life Eternal. Oh, he sent the Dropbox link, though. 15 minutes long. It's your birthday, though, so we might let it rock out. Let's see. Let's get into it. You're listening to the Heat Check Live. This is a full listen of a long-ass song from Travel Through the Nebula, who's his birthday today, but he used the extended play feature, and I'm expecting a journey. All his music that he drops is always like a journey. Even right now, we're listening to some Rivers. It's a journey, bro. We're going on a journey for a little bit. So I think it's because you have the river in here. It makes it sound very like kind of like foresty, like kind of like Lord of the Rings kind of vibe. It's like I'm being taken to Middle Earth right now. Is the current vibe that I'm getting from this. So the guitar, so this one kind of has like more of like a 90s vibe to it. Like this kind of reminds me of like a epic 90s fantasy movie, like kind of like, I'm not sure if where you're like how old you are or where you're like what movies you've seen, but for some reason this movie reminds me of the He-Man Masters of the Universe movie. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that, but I think that might even came out in like the late 80s, early 90s. But for some reason, like when I'm hearing like the drums and like the guitar, it like takes me to that movie. I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's really good. The guitar in here is some really solid work to where like I already know that you do all your own instruments, but like I'm wondering like what instrument is like your bass? Like what are you the most proficient at? Is it the guitar or is it like the piano or something like that? I'm curious to know because you're shredding this guitar right now. It sounds sick. Oh, we are live on Twitch again, by the way. It seems to be working just fine. I just needed to reset my modem and update OBS. Apparently that was the problem. Now it's working beautifully again, so that's good. Voice scared the shit out of me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I heard that voice right now, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like I thought that my phone was on, and then I remembered I had headphones on, and I was like, "Oh, that's a song." So the voice is a little jarring because I wasn't expecting it, especially this late into the song. Like we're at the 6 minute mark, and we got this voice coming, kind of cutting in a little bit. And say I'm listening to the headphones, and like I literally thought that I was like, "Oh, what the hell was that?" And then I realized it was a song. You're saying that you're most proficient in guitar and bass, and I think that really shows through your music because, like I said, you're shredding this guitar. The guitar work is amazing. The bass work is amazing. The whole song and your creative skills and like your musicality is always fantastic. But as you submit these songs more and more, I'm starting to hear like, okay, so you're definitely stronger at the guitar than you are at like the piano keys and synths. And I imagine that probably what you do is that you probably play the guitar and you play the bass and then you add the elements on top of that. Is that what I'm guessing your process is? I don't know. We'll keep listening while you. How do you how do you do your drums? Do you do your drums live, or do you sequence your drums like using like a DAW, or do you use like I don't think you use loops because your drums are pretty complex. You have some pretty complex, especially in this song. Like, you're killing the rolls on there. So do you play the drums live as well too? Like do you like outsource your drums, or do you do chops? A lot of people do chops. I mean, you're probably not chopping on this either. It sounds like this is all live drumming. Curious though. Just very curious to know what your process is when it comes to making like these soundscapes. I like the switch up right there because it kind of turns into like this like early 2000s kind of rock song vibe to it. Like I can't even think of a name right now of a band. Sum 41 kind of vibe to it. vibe like switches up really heavy right here. Like that. Okay, so that little part right here, like as a producer, I would sample the fuck out of that. This little section you have right here, especially that little dun, 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 dun. Like I would take that, I would chop it up, put a beat on it, rap on it for sure. That's just hot. So far, like I'm hearing like so yeah, this is what I'm saying, like about your music and like how you craft your music. You really do a good job of setting a tone, setting an environment, setting a world. And on this song, like right now, like this is like almost like a song that I would probably like submit as a, like, say if I was trying to like get into good with like a music producer or like a music supervisor trying to do songs for a TV show or a movie, I would probably submit them this just because it shows like so far like your range is crazy. Like so far you taken me to the forest, we gone to like space. This is like now like kind of like more of like a dramatic kind of vibe. It's all in the same umbrella, which I think is what music supervisors really look for, is like songs that like kind of have a cohesiveness to them, but they all feel differently. Like I know this is one song that you submitted, but so far we're on like the third song in this one song that's all cohesive, but it feels entirely different than the first part of the song. So that's pretty dope. Now these strings like if you took off the drums and just let the strings ride solo without the, because right now at this point, I'm not even lie, you're drumming the fucking shit out of the song to where it's like I would let it breathe a little bit, which you had in the beginning, like the beginning where I said I would sample that part. You kind of let it breathe and you let it build up. And even as I'm looking at like your wave file, like the actual wave file, like you have like these valleys. It's very interesting. Like it starts off very small and then gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I can almost tell that like even right now we're about to hit like a major break. I wonder if we're gonna get like a sonic shift. Now this part, part of the song makes me think of is you think of a Las Vegas magic show. Now I don't know if you've ever been to like a magic show, particularly a Las Vegas one, to where like I actually went to like Penn and Teller recently, but also like Chris Angel and like all these David Copperfield, et cetera, and so forth. They have like these musical moments where like the magician is doing shit wherever he's like pulling the rabbit out of the hat or like trying to saw the girl up, and then you have like the band playing in the background, and like it's super intense with the drums. You're like do-dum, 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 and it's like designed to like keep the intensity up. That's what this part reminds me of. It reminds me of a magic show. I really like the I don't even know what instrument it is, but it's like the doom 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 doom. I really like that part. Like I still like the feeling it gives me is very like it's almost kind of like Michael Jackson-y. I mean, I might be saying Michael Jackson because I've been reading and watching a lot of Michael Jackson lately, but like just like the groove of it. Like if you took the drums out and just like put like a sick like funky bass on that, like doom 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 doom, just to ride that melody in the background, that shit would sound sick, bruh. So you would think the song would be over at this point, but no, wait, there's another 3 minutes. And the only reason, before you listen to the last 3 minutes of the song, the only reason I'm listening to this full song in 15 minutes is because Travel Through the Nebula has been down as fuck since like almost day one, maybe even day one. He's been submitting almost every week. He uses the skip feature. He uses the extended play. He is pretty much here every week, like participating in conversation and adding like insight. I appreciate you so much. Happy birthday. So, you know, I'm going to fucking listen to your whole 15-minute song because you're a real one. So I appreciate you, man. So, you know, we're in our fourth or fifth world now. This is a whole different vibe. Once again, still has the same elements, still has the same like instruments, same drums, like same kind of vibe, but you like managed to shift the soundscape to a different vibe, like once again in the same iteration. It's pretty cool, dude. So that was Travel Through the Nebula. We listened to the entire 15-minute song. He used our skip features to do that. And it's his birthday today, so make sure you wish him a happy birthday. I appreciate you, Travel Through the Nebula, for your submission. You always deliver some crazy shit. And that was no exception. So what a way to start off the heat check. The first 30 minutes, we listened to a 15-minute song, and we were 15 minutes late. That's just how we roll here on the heat check. We appreciate you guys watching. We're going to go ahead and keep it moving. We have a few more submissions. We have 16 in total. So let's go ahead and get to the next one. Up next is Harp, Haarp, featuring Amulet and Sumofman. Son of Man. Stupid. Son of Man. All right, let's go. If you like the heat check, follow, share, let people know that we out here. We do this every Monday, 6 p.m. California time, even though I live in Arizona. We don't have daylight savings time, so it's going to switch back to something else like 5 p.m. in the fall. So that's just how it works out here in Arizona. I don't make the rules, but here we go. Heat check. Play. Now. Here we go.
Deep water slang flashed in the flood warning. Better tread lightly when the storm come in. Making it rain when they come and play. Rain to fall with me so the area gray. Bad do with bad news, I'm a problem. One man gang and I'm mobbing. Ain't no stopping the hella infamous villainous. Cold hard truth can't get a grip of it. On the break of shame, simple and plain. Wild and that was still looking tame. When it come to flames, then I keep it contained. Looking insane with this climate change. From the 650, fog town's finest. Top of the hill, but still getting to the highest. Shooting super soakers on where it be the driest. Here's what I do just to mess with they sights.
So
I can make it rain on these 5 days.
So far, this is interesting. I'm a little underwhelmed so far because at first it started off like very promising. Like the beat had like a nice little groove to it, and the raps were solid. But I wanted more from the beat, like in terms of progression. I know I'm only at the 1 minute mark, and there's 3 minutes in the song, so there's more to listen to. I'm just telling you what I hear so far. But what's interesting is that synthesizer that came in like 10 seconds ago, it only comes in mostly on the left side and not the right side. Like, that's why I went like that, because I can only hear it on one side. And so that's going to be problematic in some scenarios, but just my thought.
Them 10 you kept them digits. Keep your head low for all of y'all. In the range like Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
I keep it rain on these.
Yeah.
5, 10, 20 kept them digits. Keep your head low for all of y'all. In the range like Mardi Gras.
Day to night, we paid the price to live this life. Now our moods change quicker than the weather, that's the sign. Keep in mind, most highs where we need to be spiritually awakened, elevated to high frequency. Conspiracy theory.
Vocals are recorded hella rough. It makes it clear that those vocals were recorded at a separate time and maybe a separate place. They sound not processed at all whatsoever. It's kind of jarring. The first vocals didn't sound great before, but these sound like way worse, and it takes me out of the song a little bit.
Theorists are not disproven. U.S. imperialism is about controlling systems. We need
They're
services.
also very loud.
I'm just saying, ruling class depends on military and exploitation. Government-funded surveillance justifying research proves state is guilty of oppression. Pressure makes diamonds. I'm shining throughout the atmosphere, defining silver linings. Hillside to the mission on a mission. Antennas are up, your boy got reception. I ain't here to tokenize the hustle, just leveling off for my comrades in the struggle.
I can make it rain on these.
Yeah.
5, 10, 10 you kept them digits.
So I feel like the first guy was the one who made the beat and did the recording. That's just a theory, because he sounds way better than the first. Like, he sounds like he made the song for him and then threw his homie on it, and his homie recorded it like on an iPhone and sent him the verse. That's what it sounds like. I think there's a lot of potential in this song. It needs a much better like processing and a much better mix. And what I mean by that is that we need like that synthesizer to be panned to the middle a little bit more, for one. Let's start there. And then two, let's clean up the guy's vocals in the second verse. Let's get him in your studio or wherever to re-record the vocals so that they sound a little bit cohesive. Would be the best way to say it. They sound like more cohesive. And then let's find a way to like add a little bit more like gravity to the beat. And when I say gravity, I mean like progression and like something to like tantalize my ears. Right now it feels like a loop. You have a loop going on, and I think on that second loop you need to add a little bit more to it. On that third loop, add more to it. And you continue to do that till you have a cohesive like progression. Like the last song we listened to with Travel Through the Nebula, one thing I always glaze him on is his ability to create these soundscapes that take me somewhere. And one of the ways he does that is through progression, starting off small, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like on this song, like I said, it started off promising because you had like these very simple drums, but we didn't really add more to the drums. We didn't really add more to the song. There's a couple more elements, but even those came off a little bit weird with the synthesizer. It just sounds like there could be more added to the beat to give it more weight and more gravity. And that's my word on that. We're gonna keep it moving though. Up next is Sick of the Days by Core 4. I think that's supposed to be Core 4. COR34. Core 4. Clever. It's a YouTube video. Let's get it.
Like a mental case, stuck in my ways out, change someday. Look in my face and all you'll see is pain. Look in my face and all you'll see is change.
Became bitter from the shit that life done put me through. Live a little cause your life couldn't wait too soon. Stuck in the middle like I'm Malcolm. When I make this tune, here's a riddle, what's the outcome? If you make it through, feeling lead away without none, I'ma make it soon, cause I'ma make it true. I'ma do my due, cause I got to, if I really wanna fucking prove everybody wrong. So long to what's wrong, the past could never change. That's why I'ma make it gone. It's time a king's up in his ring. It's time to shake the pawns. When I sing I used to think, what if I make it wrong?
Okay. I see what you're doing here, Core 4. Very aggressive track. And I think that there's always a lane for that, for like aggressive tracks like this, to where like if you find like this would be more appealing to like a younger crowd. And when I say younger, I mean like under the age of 25, college kid looking to party, looking to rage. This is definitely like rager music. This would be like I would target like Travis Scott fans, Suicide Boys, stuff like that. Like that's the vibe that this gives me off. Like very intense energy coming from this music. With that said, the production is sick. I really like the beat. Your voice is a little grating, but I understand that it needs to be. If that's the tone you're trying to go for, is the aggression. You kind of have to have that aggression in your voice, and you do a pretty good job of doing that. I'm curious to know if that's like a through line through all your music, because I would like to, I like artists with range, right? Like if you're rapping with this aggressive voice, are you doing it like on more deep introspective songs too? Like, are you rapping about love like this, or do you have like another personality, another vocal tone that you utilize for those type of songs? Or do you even make that kind of music? I don't know, you might not even make that kind of music. So, but overall, the vibe of the song is very, very strong. Like I like the production. It sounds very clean. You like your voice and in the context of the song. It's a little grating, like I said, but like it works for what you're trying to do on the track. Let's listen to some more.
But that won't happen. I'm a rapper and a trapper too. Come through the tragic, make it happen through the saddest news. Poof like magic with my passion, this shit overdue. Remember crashing, I was lashing to the fucking booth.
Pain done changed me, and it made me hate the fucking fakes. Brain erasing, feel amazing when I fucking drink. Shit's outrageous when I'm sober. All I do is think. Stuck in my mazes, stuck in phases that I wanna break. Sick sick of the days, I'm sick like a mental case. Stuck in
Good engineering. Got some cool stuff going on in the song here, like sonically. The vocals and the beat sound very well blended. Your vocals have a good way of standing out without like being too loud. Like they blend into the beat very well. Like I said before, you have this grating voice, but it works for the energy of the song and like how you're trying to present and like what you're trying to the themes of the song. I mean, you're talking about like kind of just raging out. The song's called "Sick of the Days." You're talking about drinking and smoking and partying, raging. I get it. Let's listen to a little bit more before we move on.
my ways, I'll change someday. Look in my face and all you'll see is pain. Look in my face and all you'll see is change.
So that's dope, man. I think that song would go crazy with some visuals for sure. Like I think that like nowadays I don't really recommend that artists put like a lot of effort into like visuals because we're seeing like a whole backlash to like high quality videos to where it's like the perception is that you're trying too hard basically. And so what's interesting about a song like this is that I think that this song would do very well with some visuals attached to it. And when I mean like some visuals, I mean like some crazy, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just like some intense, visually stimulating video. Lots of flashes, cool costumes, like go crazy with it. Push it through your social media, especially with that little part at the end with the choppy vocal sample. That could do some damage on TikTok, man. That could do some damage on TikTok. I think you got a potential massive banger there if you push that right. So hopefully you do that. Shout out to Core 4, I'm pretty sure. Or it could be Core 34, but I think it's Core 4 for submitting that track. Up next is Lake Michigan's Coast. All-Star collab. These reviews are great. I think the All-Star collab has submitted before. I think this is not the first time that we've heard from All-Star collab. Let's see here. Yeah, this song's called Lake Michigan Coast. Let's get it.
Center on a flight back home with my juice and anal. Too broke for globe, gin nose from the micros you sip. Dunk my nuts in them so they taste like your wife's lips, bitch.
Okay, so I like the beat. The beat's very interesting. It's very hip hoppy in the sense that like one of the beautiful things about hip hop is what people don't really talk about anymore because it's gotten so homogenized and everybody's trying to do the same sound, is that hip hop is supposed to be experimental, where you take different sounds and you kind of like clash them together and you put them to like, you know, that 2/4 pattern and you find that like that pocket, right? And that's what this beat really takes me back to, is this like traditional hip hop production where you have like this really wonky synthesizer, the womp womp, and then you have the piano, ding ding, and you got a simple boom boom, boom boom. It's very simple, but it works, and I think that's my favorite part of the song is the production. The lyrics are interesting too. It kind of actually made me think about Blackalicious because of like the style of the production and like the way you like came off on it initially. You had this very gifted gabbish type of flow on there, which is a compliment. I think my biggest issue is the quality of the mic. There's too much reverb on it. I don't know why there's so much reverb on it, but it sounds like you're in a hallway underwater a little bit with the reverb that you have on the vocals. So I would say cut it down. Like if you have it, wherever you have it, cut it in half. You know what I'm saying? Cut your reverb in half by 50%, because it'll make your vocals cut through a little bit more on the production. and then it also makes for a better listening, a much more interesting listen. Why is it still playing? I pause this.
Good. 10 stacks on your neck, get your pack smoked by hood. My computer's how I boot up, leave you in the morgue's fridge. Riding with a Drake, not the one touching little kids.
See that little chop right there? That's hip hop.
It ain't nothing but that reaching hip hop.
OD at night, go to work in the morning. You could call my ice with the way I push it foreign. Been rapping like this since I was fucking Lauren. I could've fucked them more times if I wasn't past out snoring. Beat me up with Captain Kirk, Charlie 6 feet under the dirt. Epilepsy, a cough finger work until she squirts. This the type of shit that makes berserker go berserk. Not the ladies wanna twerk, crash out and crush a perk.
Yeah, I like the beat, man. I think the beat is what holds my attention the most, is because it, like I say, it reminds me of like when I first started making beats, and like before, like, even like I really started getting into like deep into FL Studio or Pro Tools, like DAWs and shit. Like before, I was using samplers. You know what I'm saying? I would load samples into whatever, and then I would like chop it up, and then push the button and try to find that beat. That's kind of what this feels like you did. Like you made it on an MPC, or you made it on some type of roll-in or something like that. And it's appreciated. I think we need more of that sound. I was hating on the reverb, but I kind of like it a little bit because it gives it a little bit of rawness. But I think if, there's always a benefit to polish. So, okay, let's keep it moving. Up next is The Endless Powers of Me. The Endless Powers of Me by Jennifer Kropke. Mastered using AI. Appreciate the honesty. Let's listen to what you got, Miss Dancing Queen. That's your Instagram. You are listening to the Heat Check Live. If you like what you hear, subscribe. We crossed 5,000 subscribers recently, so that's tight.
If I could, I'd fly away. Soar my wings beyond this place. Leave the hollow rooms behind. Leave no shadow, leave no trace. If I could, I'd disappear. Turn invisible to pain. Slip between the cracks of voices. Never feel them again. But I am flesh, I am bone, standing here alone. If I had endless powers on me, I'd set the sky on fire. Burn away the hands that held me down. Lift myself up higher. I'd breathe out the flames of restoration. Let the broken world collapse. If I had endless powers of me, no one could ever take me back. If I could, I would breathe fire.
Okay. I would say that I really enjoy the writing. I'm always a sucker for some like good, empowering lyrics. And that's what this is. Very empowering music. You say that you mastered AI. I can kind of hear it. And I don't know what that means. Like that you said that you mastered AI. And honestly, like I'm not anti-AI. I'm really and truly not. Like if you gotta do what you gotta do to use these robots, use these robots. But the reason why I bring it up is because like the texture of the song seems to be kind of taken away by the AI. It puts this polish on it that makes it sound kind of generic. And a little bit. Like, I feel like I would be really interested to hear the version of this song before the AI, just to see how much change it, like what, like particularly in the mix, like the mix, it's like if you use it for the mixing and mastering, like it's like so like down the middle and just so it's clean, it sounds good, but like it kind of lacks a little bit of personality. You know what I'm saying? There's one moment in the song where like you have like this like
Take me, I'll collapse if I burn away the hands that held me down, lift myself up higher, I'd breathe out the flames of restoration, let the broken world collapse if I had endless powers of me, no one could ever take me back.
right here.
If I could,
That was like the only part of the song. That's like the only part of the song where I really felt like personality coming from the vocals. To where it's like your vocal tones and the way you sing, you sound like pretty much every power singer in your lane right now. And that could be because of the AI. In order to stand out right now, especially nowadays, sorry, I'm eating this bar right now. I gotta feel the personality. I was scrolling through your Instagram and I see a lot of posts from you that like show your world. And I'm like wondering, like, does that translate into the music, right? Let me watch it here. So even as I watch this video, like I think I get more from this video of you singing over the song than the song itself. It is possible to overmaster a song to where like you take all the personality and the charm out of it, the inflections of your voice, the not the flaws, but like characteristics that make you you. When I watch this video on your Instagram page, I see that. But when I hear the song, I don't feel that. And I think it comes down to the mastering. I mean, it's just how the polish might have polished too much, right? Something to consider. I do think you can write the hell out of a song. I like the concept of it. The production's solid. There's a lot going on for the song, but I'm here to give like positive feedback and negative feedback, and that's the feedback that I got. So, with that said, I'm all smacking the microphone. Let's keep moving. My Wi-Fi connection might be tripping again. So I do apologize. Let's see here. I think we're doing all right. Relatively. It's hard to tell. I don't know. We'll just keep going. Fuck it. Up next is Trading Places. Great movie by Evanson Andre. Bet. Let's get it.
1, 2, ready. aside. If we were trading places, it'd be such a.
I'm hearing that we're getting some lag. Oh no. Oh no. It should be fixed right now. I cut off the Twitch stream. I've been trying to go on multiple things, but I guess my internet is just not trying to fuck with Twitch right now. But it should be improving here in a moment. If it doesn't, we'll figure something out. But I can give some feedback on the song Trading Places so far. So I will say that the thing that held my attention initially was the video. So there's a music video attached to this, and in the music video he like has like a burning booth on fire, and essentially he is walking away from it. And from there, like that really held my attention. Like this is why visuals are important when used correctly, because I feel like if I was just listening to the song by itself, I wouldn't be as interested in the song. If that makes any sense. I think that the video does a good job of holding my attention in a way that I'm like, huh, what is he about to do here? And I also wasn't expecting him to be black. That actually kind of threw me off. He's a black dude. Give me 1 second here, y'all. Let me check. Check. Trying to check my connection here. Y'all be saying it's lagging. And I don't like that. So I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. Bet. Anyways, so yeah, the visuals did a really good job of holding my attention. And I feel like if I didn't see the visuals, I probably would have judged it a little bit differently. I know it sounds kind of messed up. Because once I saw it as a black dude, I'm like, huh, okay. And then like the visuals, him slow motion walking away from the burning booth. And I'm sure there's a whole metaphor there. But interesting lyrics, solid production, solid voice. His voice is interesting. It's not like mind blowing. I think the lyrics do better than the voice, but I think he has a cool aesthetic going on here, like kind of like this. I don't want to use the word dorky, but dorky is the word I'm going to use. Dorky kind of like black kid, dorky black guy singing kind of vibe, which I appreciate. And we need more of that. We really do. Like it's kind of like a Childish Gambino kind of vibe, but this like not like old Childish Gambino, like current Childish Gambino. This is like something that he would do, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Living through your eyes, through your eyes, through your eyes.
It's solid work. I mean, like it does. Like I said, if I heard just the song, I probably would be like, "This is fine." But the visuals really build the world for me. And just earlier, I was saying that visuals are kind of played unless you have like a strong aesthetic to really present to the world. Because at the end of the day, it's all about storytelling. This is why I do this show. This is like why I'm an artist, because I'm all about like the best way to tell a story. And sometimes it's the visuals will do a lot more for you than what you think they will. And other times visuals won't do shit. And it's a waste of money. And like I bring up Childish Gambino because like, as we all know, he had the song "This Is America," which, massive hit, right? But do you think that song would have been as big without the video? No way. No way. The video is what built the world and brought the song to life. And like I said, it doesn't always work. But if you had that strong vision with the song, then you should definitely try to pursue that. Because that's what this guy did, and I think is working for him well. So good job, Evenson, I think his name is. Keep it moving. Up next is Problems by Slayer. Heard Slayer Herbed Out. Herbed Out. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Slayer Herbed Out. Strictly all my lyrics, no AI involved in the writing process anywhere. Bet. Song's called Problems. Let's get it. You're listening to Heat Check Live. If you like what you see, subscribe, tell your friends. We're trying to push to 10,000. I want to hit 10,000 followers by December.
You don't know the half of it. She on fire like she on with it, and she on with it. When I put that sugar in her, and I didn't think that she was blasting it. But she's such a fucking narcissist. She don't care about the army thing. Got the scars on my heart, or that my heart ripped apart the bits. Cause when I told her about the part that lives, she said, that's the bit that I'm parting with. I got problems, I can't manage me. I'm so sick, I'm infected from the allergies. Yeah, we got problems, we got tragedies. But we don't fathom not having the energy. You got problems, they're not imagining me. Cause every other day, you wanna battle me. Yeah, I got problems when you challenge me. Cause if you wanna, oh, then I'm the LNG.
Okay, so I was not expecting the lyrics to be what they were, in the sense that you have like this kind of like dance hall-y kind of Afrobeat kind of vibe that's like more upbeat, and I was expecting like something a little bit more like calm, responsey, a little bit like vibey, but he hit me with like, nah, problems, dog, problems. And actually, it's a nice little red herring kind of like misdirection there. Like it grabbed my attention in a way that I wasn't expecting it to, and it's interesting. It's an interesting approach so far. Let's keep listening.
Hands down, you must be tired from the string you've been pulling. Don't know another way to put it. When I put the trigger in your hand, I get to know that you will figure how to pull it. Bang, now it's man down from the bullet. I see you stand proud like a bully when they won. While I'm feeling like I'm lesser from the pressure of the gun. You say you see through my hypercars, put it. Then you left me when you said you wouldn't. I got problems, I can't manage me. I'm so sick, I'm affected from the allergies. Yeah, we got problems, we got tragedies. But we gon' fathom not having the energy. You got problems, they're not imaginary. Cause every other day, you wanna battle me. Yeah, I got problems, when you challenge me. Cause if you wanna go, then I'm the LNG. I got problems, I don't manage me. I'm so sick, I'm infected from the allergies.
I like this.
We got problems, we got tragedies. But we gon' fathom not having the energy. You got problems.
The chorus is pretty sick. I like that little like choral aspect that you added right there. It really brings a lot of extra layer to the song, like late in the game. That definitely had me like, oh, okay. And I like I was earlier. I said that like it's a weird disconnect between the production and like the lyrics, which I still think is kind of true. But I think the way that you approach it, like this kind of like we got problems, we keep it moving kind of vibe to it. It's kind of like motivating. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a cool angle to take. And then adding like this kind of calm response to it at the end, not calm response, but this choir aspect of it kind of like invites the listener to participate in this like kind of like mantra that you're kind of putting out. It's a cool track, dude. I really actually appreciate this song. Yeah, I'm actually going to add this to my playlist. I'm going to put this on my playlist. So a song that I really, really like that fits the aesthetic of my playlist, which is mostly hip hop, a little bit of rock, a little bit of drum and bass. I will add a song to it if I enjoy it. And I like this song, so I'm adding it to the playlist. This playlist is called Struck by Stars Best Independent Music. It has a little astronaut guy in it. You can go check it out. Has like 700, almost 800 saves. So that's cool. Been working on it for like a long ass time. So go check that out when you guys get a chance. Thank you, Slayer, for delivering the song. Keep it moving, keep submitting music, keep grinding. You got talent for sure. You got a vision, so keep pushing that shit. Let's keep it moving. Up next is Motivation 4 by Delarious. Cool name. Listen to the Heat Check live with your boy Jaron Ikner. It's pronounced Jaron Ikner, bitches. Let's go. Skeet. Need to get that soundboard
If
going.
opinions is assholes, then everybody shitting on me. But one monkey don't stop no show, unless you a one-trick pony. I can talk about how I've been down, almost drowned, trying to scrounge for some loose change, but it's all been found. There was a long road that we all been down. There was a long fight, but I'm past that round. Got a few new scrapes and it gashed my brow. Don't have no regrets when the past flash now. Didn't have no chin, I have that now. Bask in respect, I commend that now. Wanna go back, shake hands with the child who carried the dream to develop, never lost aim. Did it by any means, tenacious little fella. A cereal eating, game playing little nigga who never had dreams of anything but this. I hope that I can see the light without you on my shoulders. You on my back and I can't see my way forward. Never knew I was special until they had told me. Had no idea that one day I'd be Kobe. Mrs. Rashid, she always would scold me, cause I would say pick a nick. She said it was short for picking a nigga. Now I'm just thankful they picking a nigga. Thankful for listeners, thankful my mom kicked me out. I think it's what made me a winner. I held a grudge always and gave her hell, cause she called me a failure. I tell you what, your boy was really at practice. Thought I was just having fun. She thought it was dumb. Told me to stop all this rap shit, go be a doctor or something. That's not what I want. I put my soul in this pad and lit to the beat of my drums.
Okay. Ooh. Got a beat switch going on here. So wait, before we listen to the beat, sorry. Before we listen to the beat switch, let me give my thoughts so far. I think that beat switch is actually pretty necessary, because the problem I was having with the beat was that I was wanting more from the beat. This is the issue that we were having with the other submission earlier, to where the beat is promising something and we get a little bit of it. Like you add a couple extra 808s near the end there, but I was hoping for some like rapid hi-hats and maybe some kicks, like just something where it's just boom, 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 like I wanted the drums to go crazy, and it felt like it was building up to something. But we got a beat switch, which we'll listen to here in a second. But I like what you're rapping about. I like that's Motivation 4. I get what you're trying to do with the song in terms of like the content. So that's sick. Let's listen to this beat switch and see where you take this song.
Fuck a figure of authority. Man, the whole government can suck my dick. Ain't got no fear. Yeah, I'm really with the shits. Everybody told me I was throwing up bricks. At least that's what I heard. I was around 13 when Delarious emerged. Bored from the spite that was dripping from the words. Had to deal with white bitches getting on my nerves. That's how life is, living in the birds. But I kept writing it, put my thoughts and sights in it. Every single bar is sorta like a light sentence, but the one behind it might never get heard. My ethos is that of an artist that's starved. My ego been battered, my confidence scarred. Most people go backwards, but I'm feeling charged. I'm peeping your tactics, and my nigga won't give in to it. Everybody been through it. Put this on it, binge to it. Fuck up the whole fucking gym to it. Fuck up the whole fucking car ride to it. Fuck up the whole fucking office to it. Fuck up the whole fucking Target to it. Fuck up the 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 whole fucking Walmart to it. Fuck up the whole fucking Starbucks to it. I'm never moving off y'all influence. I'ma leave your whole social construct growing. I found the water and I brought y'all to it. Now you gotta drink it, but I doubt y'all do it.
Okay. So I definitely like the second half of the beat a lot more than the first half of the song. And maybe that was by design. To where like you have like this like epic ass fucking production of the second beat. The beat's sick. The part where you're like, what did you say? I gotta run it back.
Starbucks to it. I'm never moving off y'all and growing. I'm never moving off y'all. Walmart to it. Fuck up the whole fucking Starbucks to it.
Fuck up the whole fucking Walmart to it. Fuck up the whole fucking Starbucks to it. if you take that clip and maybe even just do something silly to where like you're standing in front of a Walmart, you're standing in front of a Starbucks, and like maybe you got some kind of dance, or maybe you're holding something. Fuck up the bomb. I'm saying you do that and you put it on TikTok and Instagram, that might go viral. Just that clip right there with that part of the song. With that said, I don't like that part of the song. I don't like that part of the song. I think we would have benefited better, like in terms of like the overall song, making it better. I think it would have been better if you had like a sing-songy chorus, or like a chorus that was more in line to what you did in the first half of the song. You know what I'm saying, just to put some more cohesiveness into it, because basically like now it sounds like two separate songs that you smash together, which happens all the time. But the first song, the first half of the song, and the second half of the song are two separate songs. That's what it feels like. You could cohesify them, which is a word that's made up right now, by taking this part of the song.
I hope that I can see the light without you on my shoulder.
Taking that part and putting it right here.
Chadoy.
See the light. I'm saying, like, just bringing it back full circle and creating like this whole cohesiveness with the song. I like what you're trying to do with the track, though. I really do. It sounded decent. I think every mix could always sound better, unless you're like working in with like top tier engineers. There's always more you can do. I think that's a crux of being an independent artist, is that there's probably always more that you can do. But I think that you did a good job on this. I think that the first beat could deal with a little bit more drums and a little bit more like epicness. Second beat, fire. The fuck up the part, that's a TikTok. Let's see if we can get that sing song chorus part from the first song and put it on the second half. Just to put a bow on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to wrap it up. And I bet you it'll work better than you think. It's something to consider. But thanks for the submission. Let's keep moving. Up next is Lost in the Crowd by Dracula. Where are y'all getting these names from? Dracula Tima? Draco Ultima? Is it Draco Ultima or Dracula Tima? Hold up a second. Let me make sure to pronounce his name right. I think it might be Draco Ultima, which is kind of a hot name. Draco Ultima. What did I say? Dracula Tima. That's funny as fuck. Dracula Tima is kind of hard too, though. Sounds like Dracula, but I don't know. Y'all just pulling names out your ass over this one. Let's listen to Draco Ultima.
Let's go. Dale.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, let's go. Dale.
Hold up. Disclaimer that I forgot to read. Forgot to read his shit. Hoping to create some bangers for the summer. Appreciate all the help I can get. Keep up the good work. Disclaimer, I've written the lyrics myself, but I use Suno to generate the music. So this is a Suno song. He wrote the lyrics, according to him. Let's see. Let's give it a listen. Let's give it a gander. And see, like, I think it's important that we all listen to AI music. Not necessarily to enjoy it, but to understand it. That's like the reason why I like, even when I get an AI track, I'm like, let's listen to it. Fuck it. Because I'm one is curiosity. Like I'm curious to see like what you're doing with this AI. And then two, it's like also like allowing me to like hear AI music so I can recognize it more and more. And the more I listen to it, the more I'm like kind of able to recognize it. At least I think so. I'm sure a couple of people have gotten past me. I'm sure they have. I know they have actually. But overall, it's kind of like the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, okay, bet. And now that I know that this is a Suno track, it's like, bet. Y'all can listen to it and listen to the same things that I'm hearing. Maybe. I don't know.
Lights flashing red, everybody on gold, and I saw you moving like fire in the night. Hips swinging smooth, putting up a fight. Your eyes hit mine, time froze right there. 1 second, mommy, and the whole world disappeared. You smile, that smile, body burning hot. Then the crowd took you like a wave that won't stop. Oh, yeah, mommy, where you at tonight? Corazón going crazy, can't fight this vibe. One look from you and I'm losing my mind. Now you're gone, but you're still on my mind.
See, like, I think, honestly, like, the crazy thing about it, like, one of the biggest tells of an AI track is the quality. Like, if your shit is sounding like a fucking professional major studio and you got, like, just perfect mix and this everything that sounds amazing, as an independent artist, then you should be signed. No, I'm saying you shouldn't be submitting your shit to the fucking heat check because fucking if you're making shit like this, like on this quality level, like in your home studio or like with you and your homies, the fuck you doing here, right? And so that's always like a biggest tell for me is like when I don't hear the imperfections and when I don't hear the textures and hear like I'm not saying that it has to sound like shit, but there's a definitely like a line between like a clearly major studio produced quote unquote level song and like homie on the grind making it work. Like the last song you listened to, the last song we played, that's a dude in the grind making it work. He probably recorded all that shit himself, made the beat himself. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell. It just has that sound to it, which is getting more and more appreciated. 2 or 3 years ago, 5 years ago, people would be like, well, your shit sounds like shit. Now it's like, bro, that sound is fucking golden, man. We need that raw sound because this sounds perfect. And perfect is like kind of the enemy right now.
My beautiful fire, searching high and low, taking me higher. I gotta find you, dance the night away. Hold you close, never let you stray. Ay, bonita, come back to me and see your bodies, you're all I see.
See, like this sounds like really fucking good. You got horns on here and shit. You got like fucking Ricky Martin style lyrics on here. Like this shit sounds epic. And it's like, you made this by yourself? No, bro. Like to make a song on this level, you would need a whole ass studio, whole ass team. You're gonna need fucking the horn player. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why making songs are expensive, because if you're trying to make songs on this level, you need there would be like, I mean, I suppose someone can make this by themselves, but the honesty of it, the reality of it is like you would probably need like at least 3 or 4 people like to make this work, and especially if you're trying to play live. So this thing to consider when it comes to like putting the AI music out is like there's always a wall that you hit like almost immediately when you put the music out, because it's like, okay, this is a good song, people like it. Maybe you did chart on Billboard because everybody streamed it. And maybe you did get it popping on Spotify and make a bunch of money, but that's kind of how far it goes. You can't really go beyond that. Especially now you're seeing like all these different labels and all these different entities starting to crack down on it. It's like we're entering a very interesting time when it comes to AI, because we're seeing the separation starting to happen, right? We're now seeing Spotify like flag AI artists. We're seeing record labels like put their foot down on Suno. Suno's pushing back. We're seeing all these things happen right now in real time. And the music soundscape is going to be vastly different a year from now because of all these things that are happening. So, cool. Anyways, Draco Ultima. Don't know what your name. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm calling you Draco Ultima because that sounds way cooler. I appreciate the submission, and I appreciate you being honest about this being AI. And it also gives me a chance to speak on AI and like kind of catch up people on my thoughts. Like I said, I'm not anti-AI. I'm not against people using AI. I am against people using AI to replace a bunch of other shit. Like, hey, I'm just gonna fucking put a prompt into Suno and then drop that shit on Spotify and go number 1. Okay, that's not art. That's like a product system designed to make money, and so it hits different. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, especially now because it's like, fuck Spotify, bro. Like Spotify is terrible in terms of how they treat artists. So like, I completely understand like the desire to be like sticking it to Spotify. Like I think about it all the time where I'm like, man, I should just fucking just generate like 40 songs real quick and just put it on Spotify. I'll get some kind of money, right? I get it. Anyways, that was my AI rant for today. Let's keep it moving. Up next is the best mistake I ever had. I was going to say made, but it says had. Okay. Dorian Barber is the name of the song. We're going to close submissions in about 30 minutes, by the way.
promise that it's something deep, but it's a meme or something dumb. I hate how fast to you I run. You steal the covers, you steal my fries. You tell the worst and lamest lies. I swear I'm done, I swear we're through. And then I go right back to you. I hate your guts, I love your face. You're cluttering up my personal space. You drive me wild, you drive me mad. You're the best mistake I ever had. I hate your guts, I love your face. You're cluttering up my personal space. You drive me wild, you drive me mad. You're the best mistake I ever had. You pick the movie, pick the song. You sing the words completely wrong. You drag me out.
It's kind of remind me of Wesley Willis a little bit, like a tame version of Wesley Willis. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar who Wesley Willis is. He had songs like "I Whoop Batman's Ass," and what was his other song that he had? Dude was funny as fuck. He's dead now. He ain't alive no more, but he had a couple of tracks. His biggest one was he whooped Batman's ass. That's his biggest one for sure. I'm pretty sure. He had Rock and Roll McDonald's, Cut the Mullet. Cut the Mullet might be his biggest song. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go on a tangent about Wesley Willis because I fuck with Wesley Willis actually heavy. He was hilarious. But the way that the what's the word I'm looking for? The beat has a little bit of like remedialness to it. And I don't want to say that in like a disrespectful way, but like it sounds like very like chaotic. Not even chaotic, but it's like remedial is the word that I use because it sounds so simple, like it's just the chops, right? It's just the chops. That's all you're doing the beat, and then you rap this song about your ex or your current wife or girlfriend and how they steal your covers. It's a cute song. And so that's why it made me think of Wesley Willis, because even like the way that you're singing and rapping, it has the same kind of vocal tones as Wesley Willis. But then it also kind of has a little bit of comedy to it with the theme of it. And so I don't want to like have the person, whoever this is, Dorian Barber, take this the wrong way, because like he might look at Wesley Willis and go listen to his music and be like, what the fuck? I'm saying, like, because Wesley Willis makes some crazy ass fucking music. But like, it's almost like, for me, it's a compliment, because I think that one of the beautiful things about Wesley Willis was the fact that he was able to tap into like making comedic, heartfelt music that represented his world. And that's what the song does. And that's like the similarities that I'm drawing, is that like you were able to create a world around this song. And world building is what it's all about for me. You know what I'm saying? So that gives me it gives you a couple of extra pluses on the markings here, because like it grabbed my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like it held my interest. We're gonna listen to a little bit more here. There's only a minute left, so let's listen to the rest
To
of it.
see your friends, I count the minutes till it ends. But when you smile, I melt away. I felt every word you say. It's super cute, it's super gross. It's you I hate to love the most. I hate your guts, I love your face. You're cluttering up my personal space. You drive me wild, you drive me mad. You're the best mistake I ever had. I hate your guts, I love your face.
Yeah, we got it. So that's what I'm saying. Like it has like a vibe to it that's like, I want to hear more of your music. I'm actually gonna click on your page real quick, 'cause I'm curious to see like, are all your songs like this, to where like you have like this kind of like tongue-in-cheek kind of song. Okay, so you have a song on here called, are these songs? These aren't songs. Your page is all kind of shit. Mostly haircuts. Looks like you cut hair. Dorian Barber. He's a barber. Oh, it's all connecting for me now. I just had that epiphany. This motherfucker's a barber, and he made this rap song about his ex, I'm assuming. Let me take a look at your Instagram page real quick. Curious here. Yeah, he's a barber. He cuts hair. He does have a few songs on here. We're not gonna listen to much else, but yeah, Wesley Willis kind of vibes. I feel like if you're gonna keep making songs like this, you should lean into it. You know, make a song about cutting hair. Make a song about, I don't know. You could go comedic and be like, my client doesn't shave it or wash his head before I cut it. I don't know. I'm going off the top here, but like comedic shit like that to where it holds my attention, because that's what this song did. It held my attention because I wanted to know what story you're trying to tell. And I think you did a good job of that. I think the production was lacking quite a bit. Like the beat got super repetitive, super fast. But beyond that, I think that, you know, that's okay. If you're telling a cool story, the beat doesn't matter as much. So thank you for your submission. We are at track 11 out of currently 18. We are closing submissions at 8 o'clock. This is a new rule that we've implemented starting last week, to where I want to preserve my own time and peace. And I want to be here for 18 billion hours. So we cut submissions off during the last hour-ish or so at 8 o'clock. And then we rock out the last bit. At this rate, we might be done. What time is it? 7:40? We might be done by like 8:30. Let's see. Up next is Premium by Cassius King Beats. This is his rap debut. He made the beat, did all the recording, mixing, and mastering. Bet. And see, I want you guys to listen to I haven't even heard the song yet, but I want you guys to listen to this song compared to the AI song that was submitted a couple tracks ago. I want you to listen to like the textures that are in this song that are, if this guy is not bullshitting, he said that he produced it, mixed it, mastered it himself, and this is his debut song, it's gonna have some rawness and some texture to it. It might have too much, but it might end up feeling better than the AI song. Let's see.
This ain't a tight-knit community, we're rats in a cage. Damn, we're lacking in unity, too busy to rage against the machine, the beams, the schemes, my dreams. Back in the day, we weighed out on triple beams. Nowadays, we still track metrics, still try to make stacks with tracks to pack a set list. Maybe making music might make me money. I'm done with feeling hungry, not a thing about it funny. Elevate what I illustrate when I...
Beat is crazy. The beat is crazy. This is the best beat of the night so far. The production is crazy. The chops and the sample and the drums banging. This is good.
I demonstrate that I levitate when I rhyme. It's like I meditate. It puts me in a better state. Rap to medicate, study metal face when I pine for the better days. And lyrics have a better place when they escalate your thought. And I never could have brought anything less to the table than I've got. I try to be as clever as I'm able when I cut up the chops.
Yeah, the beat is crazy, dude. The beat is sick. I really like the production. The rapping, I give it like a 6 out of 10. And then the reason why I say this is because it feels a little bit stiff. Like you're definitely like rapping on the pocket and the mom and the monopoly. Like you know how to rap for sure, but a little bit more looseness on a beat like this would probably do you a little bit more justice, because the stiffness kind of makes it sound very like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. But what you want is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You see how I'm swinging? 2 3 4. Because you got room, you know what I'm saying, between 1 and 2. Right now you're like 1 2 3 4. I'm not sure my description is helping you at all. I don't know. But the beat is sick though. Okay, so you say you're a drummer. Did you do the drums live? Because the drums are fucking smacking, bro. You got me like, and you got that sample that this is clean, bro. Like I really like the production like quite a bit. The beat, like I would rap the fuck out of this beat. This shit's fucking hot. Yeah, I'm wondering if you do the drums live.
Never a ghost written verse. Clever's a gift and a curse. Internal is swirling in words. Mentally.
Like right there. Dun 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 dun. Like it's very like uniform, right? Yeah, I think if you just like maybe like add a little bit of slur to it, and then, but you know what I'm saying, just like give your give it some. There's some brevity. Like you don't always have to hit on the 1s and 2s and the 3s and 4s. You can like slide out a little bit. I'm gonna tell a story here, cause fuck it. There's a rapper that he's not really active anymore, but he's one of my favorite rappers in Arizona. His name is Spanfly. And Spanfly has a crazy flow. Crazy flow. Like the flow is just like crazy. And it's like very technical. And so we were actually collaborating on a song. And he sent over his vocals. But he didn't send a reference, he just sent the vocals on. And he was like, so I went in there and I did my mix and I put his vocals on there. And because it was so technical, right? Like he was rapping in a very technical way. I was making sure that his verses were landing on the 2s and 4s, like you would like when you're rapping, right? And so I sent it over to him and I'm like, yo, check this out. And he hits me back, he's like, bro, like you need to slide this over a little bit. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's too tactile. Like I need you to just bump it over just like a half a beat to the right. And I'm like, okay. So I did that. And then when I did that, like all of a sudden, like the fluidity of like how he was like weaving in and out made a lot more sense. It sounded like a lot more natural would be the word I use. But yeah, anyways, I need to hear more of this beat. This beat's great.
Drift around curves, then shift in reverse. My mind stayed absurd. Lifted, unscripted, I'm flippantly flipping these birds. Hoping these haters get hurt. Hope that these traitors get burned. Hope that the tables get turned. Maybe a lesson gets learned. I'm a king and I'm a master of my fate. I'm a sing and I'm a represent my state. Both my mental and my physical. Ever since a young one, always thinking critical. I'll make my stats grow, I'll stick to facts though. These people rats, bro, I'll make the tracks glow. I'll make your head pop, from the way I chop. I'll make the beat drop.
What I would do with that chorus, I'm not sure if that's like you like transposing your vocals and adding some effects to it, or if that's somebody else doing it. What you should do with this, because of like how the beat is set up, I would scratch that up. You know what I'm saying? Turn it up a little bit. What is the person saying there? Never hit the brakes. Looking for the work. Especially since you have that gap right here. You know, you have room. Work. Like get a dope DJ to scratch on that. That's what I would do. You could just have, especially nowadays with Serato and shit, you could just send them the vocals and then be like, yo, scratch this up for the chorus. And it will give it that a little bit more dynamicness. Because the chorus is kind of weak. Not because of the lyrics, but because of like maybe the way it sounds. You put like this radio kind of like walkie-talkie effect on it, so it takes away a lot of the energy from the vocals. So you can either bring those back, but then I have a feeling that it's not going to hit the same way. So maybe get a DJ to scratch those vocals up, especially in those gaps that you have. You have room for scratches in there. So I'm going to listen to a little bit more because I really like this beat, but we're going to keep moving.
As a youth, I moved to South Texas. I behave like a child, kinda reckless. Used to move weight like a big body Lexus. My beats are sick, some say they're infectious. I split my focus, my mind ambidextrous. Beats
and see, I don't want to be racist right now, but I'm gonna be a little bit racist. I already know that you're a white rapper. Like I knew that from the second I heard your voice that you're a white rapper. I might be absolutely wrong. I'm gonna check right now. I'm gonna click on your fucking Instagram page to see if I'm tripping. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. You don't have any photos on your page, bro. You ain't got no photos on your page, bro. You don't got any photos on your page. Why don't you got no photos on your page? I mean, you might be just trying to be faceless, but like, um, it's kind of hard to be faceless and be an artist, especially making beats. And if you're making beats, it's fine. But like, if you're trying to rap, I gotta see who you is. I gotta see who you is. And I'm over here clicking on all your shit because I want to see what you fucking look like to see if I'm right. Oh, you are white. Cool. You just said you are. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even trying to even knock it. It's just that like, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like, there's definitely a lane for like your music, like in its current form, and it's mostly white people who like hip hop. Like you would probably actually go crazy here in Arizona. Arizona is only 5% black, and it's like 30% Latino. The rest is white folks, and the white hip hop scene in Arizona is actually pretty cracking, dude. Like very cracking, actually. And I think there's a lane for that. Like you would be like on tour with like a lot of artists like Atmosphere or like anybody from Rhyme Sayers really. Broken Complex. I have a couple of homies who are on Broken Complex who are doing really well. Even like with like artists like Tech Nine and like his camp, because they cater to mostly like that type of audience, like who are like they love hip hop and they consume it in a way that's like a little bit different than like a black person. And what I mean by that is like, I don't want to take this too far off topic, but like a lot of black folk listen to hip hop music and listen to that urban music as a release and like a way to party and bullshit. The Notorious B.I.G. has a song called Party and Bullshit that's about this exact thing. And so what I'm meaning is that a lot of white rappers, they're not going to put on, or white artists who listen to, or white people who listen to hip hop, they're not going to put on Cardi B. They're not going to put on Glorilla. They're not even going to put on like 2 Chainz. They're not going to put on like, I don't know, other artists, but they might put on like a Freddie Gibbs. They might put on like a Griselda. They might put on like a Hobson. They might put on like a Tech Nine. They might put on a Kendrick Lamar, right? Because there's like a certain scrutiny of the love of hip hop to where like your love for it as a white person is a lot more scrutinized. So if you're a white artist and you're listening to 21 Savage, right? That's fine, but people are gonna be looking at you like, because 21 Savage is for the hood, right? He makes hood music for black folk, right? He doesn't make it for the universalness. Now, it doesn't mean that white people don't listen to 21 Savage, but it does mean that he's not making music for white people or white hip hop fans. This song right here is something that would reach that audience if you were put in front of the right crowd. The beat is a knocker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that your rapping caters to that. Like I said, it's a little stiff. I think that it comes with practice and kind of like finding that pocket. But I think that you have something going on here, man. Like if your level of production is this good on most of your shit, then, you know, you already have a lot going for you there. So sorry for that whole tangent. Didn't mean to take up everybody's time there, but you know, that's what we do, man. We talk about the art and how it makes us feel, and we're trying to take it. So I appreciate the submission. Cash is king. You got some fucking cool production. I'd like to hear some more beats from you. If that's what you're working with the beats, I might want to need to check out some more of your beats, because I'm finishing up my album and I'm going to be working on my next project here soon. And I was thinking about outsourcing a lot of beats. So let me see what you're working with. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for submission. Let's keep it moving. Oh, you got words. You say, I get that. I'm trying to be more of a producer. This is a demonstration of what I can do with another vocal. I'm trying to be more like Lupe Fiasco than Atmosphere, but I understand. That's an interesting take. Because with Lupe Fiasco, like, so, and I said, we're being dead honest here. Like, Lupe Fiasco is probably my favorite rapper of all time. like overall. And when I say that, I'm like, there's different factors for like different reasons. Like I like Eminem, and I like Jay-Z, and I like Kanye West, and I like Childish Gambino, and I like Freddie Gibbs, and I like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying, but I like them all for different reasons. Lupe Fiasco is, in my opinion, the best rapper of our generation, maybe of all time. I think the only person who's fucking with, there's like two rappers who fuck with Lupe Fiasco lyrically, and that's Nas and Black Thought. Otherwise, like, and ASAP Rock, but no one listens to ASAP Rock. If I'm being real about it, I like ASAP Rock a lot, but no one listens to him. That's just real. So the reason why I said it was interesting is because you got kind of a long way to go to get to Lupe's level, like lyrically. Like I said, I appreciate you mentioning him and saying that that's what you're trying to be like. But from what I heard on this song to where Lupe Fiasco's at, you got to read a lot more dictionaries and encyclopedias and go study the ancient scrolls of Egypt and shit like he be doing, because Lupe Fiasco's off the charts with his lyrical tenacity. And I'm not saying you can't get there. I'm just saying that where you're at right now, you're several notches down. And you probably know this. You probably know this quite a bit. Like, I'm not saying anything that's like blowing your mind. It's just, you probably didn't hear it from someone like me. So I'm telling you. And that's why we're here on the Heat Check. So I got to keep moving. Spend too much time on you. I appreciate your submission. Cash is king. Let's keep moving. Up next is Untitled. What the fuck? How's your song called? Untitled. Boys Don't Cry. I think this guy submitted last week. What's up? I love your show. Really appreciate you taking time to listen. This is a song I just randomly made one day. Haven't rapped in a while, but I think it's okay. Let me know. Okay. Is this the SoundCloud dude from last week, I think? Who submitted that one song? That was not enough information for y'all to answer that question. That's for me to know. Anyways, let's see. Oh, you submitted a fucking, what is this? An Instagram reel? Okay.
Your flash fire. Take it, leave the nigga rock out of my diesels, nigga. Boy, I'm really fly. Like some Levi's on the eagle, nigga. You won't be on your niggas getting rock with you. Pull it out the ability to put you in the hospital. I see you when I see you convertible. Take off true. I'ma eat it like a muffin or a fucking lunchable. Gold trim around the VVS like a crustable. Get the bazooka, you get slush. Use a bitch, use a mud. Grab these shells, stay the bus. I've been counting money up. All you niggas run amok about the stupid cooks. Fuss, you might see me in the beamer. That why that limit's tough. Real fur. I'ma let the jacket like an Eskimo. Do 'em like a Scorpio, the iron side of horoscope. You might catch me out of London, Tokyo to California. Make you sit down to your stomach. IBS, I'm barely stunned. Do not ask what I'm driving. You will hear it when it's coming. Leaving flames across the country when you hear it. Engine rumming.
Okay. So I like what you're trying to do conceptually there. Like the beatboxing and then like you rapping over it. I'm assuming that was you beatboxing and you rapping over it. It actually takes me back to like one of the very first songs I ever made, like when I was like 12. The very like wasn't the first song I ever made, but it was like one of the first songs I ever made. I had like a Sony tape deck, and it was like a tape deck that had the record side and then the play side, and then you could plug in a microphone and actually record your voice, and then you could record over the tape onto the other tape deck, right? And so I would beatbox over the tape and record the beatboxing, and I would take that tape, put it into the other side, and then record over that with the rapping. And it sounded like shit. Because the thing about beatboxing is like, you're trying to manipulate the human voice. Like, it gets weird when you throw vocals on top of it. And I think what we're hearing here on this track was your vocals being completely overpowered by the beatboxing. Like your vocals are way in the background and it's kind of hard to hear you at some points. And so the obvious answer would be, oh, turn up your vocals, right? But the problem is because all the other drums are kind of like, all the other instruments are kind of made in the same frequency range. You know what I'm saying? Because you're boom, boom, boom. It's the same voice that I use to rap with. And that's boom, boom, and boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the same like grouping of sonic frequencies, right? And you could try to play around with it, but you're going to have a lot of clashing, right? And So what's interesting about this, I guess the advice that I would give you is go listen to Timbaland's early shit. Particularly his shit with like Justin Timberlake, but anything from like, what's the name of his fucking first album? I don't remember the name of his first album. Go check out his first album and his shit with Magoo and his early shit with Missy Elliott. Because a lot of his stuff is actually beatboxing. And you'll hear it. He'll be like, Aaliyah, tell you, are you that somebody? Yeah, literally, like that's how he made the beat. That's how he made most of his beats. He doesn't do this shit anymore, and it kind of pissing me off. But we're not talking about Timberland. But that's how he actually made a lot of his early beats. Was that he would beatbox the beat first, lay down the beatboxing, and then go back over it with drums and kicks, and then turn down the beatboxing quite a bit. And you would still hear it because in between like the open space, you hear that, like all that stuff. That's him beatboxing, right? So I know that the song that you submitted was a fucking Instagram reel that you probably recorded on your phone and you threw up, right? So it's not like you're in the studio in the lab cooking this. You made this probably on your fucking lunch shift. That's fine. But I'm saying if you're going to try to pursue this route of the beatboxing thing, that's something to consider is to like go into your DAW, lay down the beatboxing, try to get it on a metronome BPM type situation. So like it's synced up right, and then go over it and lay drums on top of it, add kicks, you know what I'm saying, and turn down the beatboxing. And then that way, what you can do is when you actually go to mix your vocals in, you can turn down the beatboxing as much as you need to for your vocals to shine while still keeping the beatboxing. But then you still have the drums kind of carrying the beat. Hopefully I didn't over-explain that, but I know you probably didn't want all that. You probably just wanted me to tell you if the song was good or not. In its current form, no, it's not. And that's fine because I mean, I don't think you meant for this to be like a hit song. I think you just wanted feedback. But I think there's potential here. I think that what you're trying to do here with the beatboxing and the rapping is something that could be beautiful if you just take the time to like polish it and like do some engineering and some fuckery in the lab. Yep, cool, tight. Let's keep moving. Oh, we are going to close submissions right now. We're closing submissions. Submissions are now closed. We only got 6 more songs left. And I'm out of here. We'll be back next week. Same fucking time, same fucking place. 6 p.m. California time. That's Pacific Standard Time. And that would be that case pretty much through the summer. And then I think like in September, we have daylight savings time. We'll be back to like 5 p.m. I think that's how it's going to work. Anyways, if you watched the heat check and you enjoyed this, fucking tell your artist friends that there's some guy out here who's listening to your music and giving you honest feedback. And if you also like it, make sure you subscribe and like it. I got a lot of other videos in the work. I actually just recorded a video about Drake's upcoming album and if it will save hip hop or not. It will not. That's coming probably tomorrow. So, make sure you subscribe to the channel to check that out. And what other shit can I shill to you real quick? Oh yeah, my album. So I put out an album called Wish Is Never Perfect this last November. It's doing pretty well. It's my most successful album in terms of like streams and shit like that. So that's tight. We're actually going to be releasing a deluxe version here soon. You heard a snippet of one of the songs that's going to go on the deluxe version and my next album, which is a soundtrack to my movie Impossible Colors, which will hopefully be out this summer. It probably will be out this summer, like on Tubi and shit. So look for that. And yeah, I'm just staying busy. So that's my little shill piece during the 8 o'clock break. Little break time that we have. Let's listen to these last couple songs. Up next is One Last Time by One Quarry. Let's see here. Ooh, that's an interesting piece of art. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Good morning, bud. Dad here. Just checking in. See how you're doing. I think you said you're headed to New York tomorrow. But anyway, hope you're doing okay. And hope you're taking care of yourself. We'll catch up soon. Love you.
Wish I could hear your voice one last time. Hear your laugh one last time. Ride around the city one last time.
The quality of your vocals is disappointing as fuck, bro. If I'm being real about it, like I was completely captivated by that sample, and then you had the phone call on there. The sample is beautiful. The drums that were hitting, I was feeling that, and then your vocals came on, and it sounded like poo. It sounded like poo, bro. It sounded like poo. Why you doing that to me? Ugh.
See your smile one last time. Silence fills the room, faster than crowds. Whole family gathered around. All you hear is rain and the tears falling down. Drowning in doubt. This really our reality now? I question, I fear. Mind keeps running, heart starts to pound. I keep looking around. Escape is nowhere in sight, so I grab the mic. Gotta get these feelings out before I die. I got nowhere left to run, and so I fight. Gotta get it out like Mike gripping my chest as it gets tight. Emotions coming out as I write. I wish I could see you one last time. Wish I could hear your voice one last time. Hear
Bruh. Okay, so I really, really enjoy the production. I think the beat is actually beautiful. I don't know if you made it or if that's like a song that you heard and you beat jacked or what, but the production is crazy. I really, really like enjoy that beat. The rapping is not very good. It's a little bit off beat. The quality's not great. It sounds like you recorded it in a closet underwater in a submarine. It needs a lot of work. I think even in terms of just like the rapping, like what you're rapping about, that's fine. Like the topic's not the issue. It's the delivery. The delivery is very not cohesive with the production. The beat is very slow. So I think that might play a role in it because the beat is so slow that you're rocking really slow to the beat. Numma numma na, numma ni, humma numma na, goon to me. You know what I'm saying? And so the problem with slow beats is that you actually like need less words. Right? Because if you try to cram in too many words, then you start to get going to the store to get myself some gum. Number dumb and number bum. You know what I'm saying? And so you really have to like almost simplify it to the point where it makes it less interesting because you're rapping like extremely simple, right? Like if we keep listening to this beat,
your laugh one last time. Ride around the city one last time. See your smile one last time. Wish I could hear your voice one last time. Hear your laugh one last time. Ride around the city one last time. See your smile one last time.
Cause I'm so elite. When I tap my feet, tuna on my arm when I need in the E, all up in your mouth, ski. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, pretty much, or what I say a lot in these videos is that pretty much every hip hop beat has like two default ways of rapping to it. You have like the single time and the double time, right? And typically the way that it works is that the slower the beat is, the more double time you have to do in order to like find the pocket. Because if the beat's too slow and you try to rap single time, you're going to be rapping like this, rapping like that, rapping like this. If you do double time, right? So it allows you to put more words in there and tell your story a little bit clearer. And also too with the double time thing too, like if it gets too fast, then you have to go single time, right? So if the BPM is like 180, which is 90 in the halftime, and you try to do that double time, you're gonna be rapping pretty fucking fast. People do it, but you're gonna want to cut that in half and do single time. And so this is a situation where the beat is very slow, so you would afford to rap faster to give you more brevity and room to work with, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that was helpful to you. If not, I'm sorry, but thank you for submitting to the heat check. Let's keep it moving. We have 4 more songs left. Up next is the Coalition, Feelin' Fly. Feelin' Fly is off our second album, Back for Seconds, released in November of 2005. Lit. Let's see what this is about here. Vocals are low as fuck.
Get in the coupe and bring all your friends, it'll fit the whole troop. It's 4 doors with the windows tinted like a black limo. We just go smoke and relax a little. Got one in the passenger seat looking like Black Widow, saying she ain't got no tan lines, and I'm checking the proof. Yeah, man, she's telling the truth. There ain't no dispute.
Your vocals are way too low. Your vocals are way too low, bro. The beat's sick, but the beats like completely overpowering your vocals. They sound way too low. I think that, someone just pointed out in the comments that your ad-libs overpower your vocals. And let's keep listening.
Now she asking if my house next on the route.
Yeah, I feel like the beat. I feel like the beat has too much 808. I think the 808 is overpowering the song to where it's kind of like drowning out everything else. Like your vocals throughout the song are kind of thin. Like even on the chorus is louder for sure. I think it's at the somewhat appropriate volume and gain, but like the verses are definitely low. I like the song, kinda. I mean, I like the song. I like what you're trying to do with the song. The chorus is a little weird. Like I'm riding high, hand on a thigh. It's catchy, but like the vocals sound kind of weird to me. Like I don't know if it's like because they're not stacked and they sound like maybe they need some layering to them. And when I say layering, I mean like. Hold on a second. Like you could benefit from some layering on the chorus and like octave layering. So like you have your regular voice and then you try it again at a deeper tone. I'm flying high. I'm feeling fine. Yeah, I'm feeling fine. And if you wanted to do a higher register, I'm feeling fly. I'm saying like try it like do like that to just give it, and then you'll pan them out so it gives it like a stereo effect. This song the more I listen to it, the more I think about it. It actually kind of reminds me of the artist Prof. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Prof, Prof, but he's part of Rhyme Sayers. Dope rapper, makes really interesting songs that are kind of like this vein, that have like this kind of like grimy, sing-songy kind of chorus effect in a lot of his music. Go check out his music. That would be like kind of the advice that I would give, because I feel like with the right polish and the right audience, that would be the lane that you would want to tap into, like Prof's lane. And the reason why I keep bringing this shit up, like how you would want to reach out, because that's part of what I do as a living. I help artists reach new audiences. I help myself reach new audiences. And a lot of that is understanding like kind of like who your lookalike audience is, like who do you sound like? Are you familiar with? So you can snipe their audiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you try to associate yourself with those audiences to get those crowds. So for example, I mentioned that you sound like Prof. I would be targeting Prof fans. I would be targeting Rhyme Sayers. I would be targeting Greaves, artists like that. And pretty much keep doing that to where you start to really grow those fans who are familiar with those audiences. Lynn's, we actually close submissions. We close submissions at 8:00. Just so I'm not here all night. But we'll be doing this again next week. We do this every Monday at 6 p.m. I drop the submission link usually in the morning, like when I wake up and have my coffee and my poo. I usually drop the link on Reddit, and I also drop it on Facebook. And if you just go to my Nero page, nero.fan/Jaron Ikner, you will see the link there, and you can submit your music then. But I started closing submissions recently during the last hour, because if I don't close submissions during the last hour, people keep submitting, and I end up being here an extra hour. So I'll see you next week. Stick around and watch the rest of the show. And if you want my feedback, we'll see you then. Did I say what I wanted to say? I think I did. Let's keep moving. Fuck it. Up next is Growing Up Is Not Easy by Smooth LJ. Kid Leroy Tragic remix, okay?
If I could go back in time and call myself, what would I say? Well, this is what I would say. Growing up's not easy. Friends will leave, they're deceiving. Say they'll stay, then they leave your heart bleeding. People pass away in every season. I wish you'd see this. I know you feel like no one ever understands you. You never looked your mother in the eyes, but you going to. This feeling's not permanent, you just gotta push through. I know it sounds impossible, but your mom loved you. Stop trying to impress all the people that will leave you. Just be yourself and you find people who see you. They're the ones who really care, they're the ones who love you. They're the ones that stay when they get to know the real you. I wish you would've known this sooner, cause life's not easy. I wish you would've known this sooner, cause growing up's not easy. Friends will leave, they're deceiving. Say they'll stay, then they leave your heart bleeding. People pass away in every season. I wish you'd see this. You're still gonna have some problem. Your depression's gonna come back soon. You're gonna question.
Okay. So, this is one of the reasons why I really enjoy music. Because, and honestly, I don't know what Smooth LJ's ultimate intentions are. Like if he's trying to be a famous major rap star like Kid Leroy, or if he's trying to just tell his story. But the beautiful thing about music is that this song is an example, because he heard something in Kid Leroy's Tragic that made him want to offer his version. He was able to craft these lyrics and sing this melody because he heard something that resonated with his life and allowed him to express himself wholeheartedly. If you listen to the lyrics of what this guy's saying, it's a very deep song. You know, the song's called Growing Up Not Easy, talking about losing friends, talking about losing family, people dying on you. And that's life, right? And I think one of the beautiful things about being an artist is the fact that we as artists are able to tap into something and release it to the world, right? A lot of people can't do that. And if they do it, they do it in other ways. They do it maybe through drugs or through sex or through other means. But being an artist really allows you to like really like tap into your way, to your mind, to your psyche, and share it to the world in unique, or maybe not so unique ways. It doesn't really matter how unique it is. And so like with this song, like, you know, I feel like this song acts more as therapy than anything else. And it's a nice reminder because when I was younger, like when I first started making music, I would do a lot of remixes. Like I would like basically like a lot of the songs were like Eminem songs, Ice Cube, several artists, like where I would take the beat in the song and I would rewrite my own version of it. I would maybe try to use the same cadence. I would maybe try to use the same flow and replace the words with my own words. And part of the reason why I did that, one is because the music spoke to me that way, but then two, it also acted as practice in understanding like what my limitations were. Like I learned pretty early on that I wasn't going to be rapping like Eminem, even though I enjoyed a lot of his music. Like I knew that Eminem's music wasn't my music when I tried to like emulate his songs, right? And over time, like, you know, you kind of fall into your own style and your own presentation. And so that's like kind of the point I'm trying to make is that in terms of your particular song here, Smooth LJ, you just got to keep going, man. Keep finding that sound that works for you. I urge you to eventually start trying to find your own beats and your own production so you can like, you know, really explore your creative threshold. And yeah, so thank you for your submission. Looking forward to hearing more from you. We got 3 more songs left. Sorry, I don't know how to count. Up next is Impossible by High Instincts. H Instincts. He's submitted here before, I believe. Let's check it out. It's so low. I think he submitted this before. We've heard this before. I'm about to cut this off. I'm 95% sure we've heard this before.
Right side. Light this bitch up. Possible, I make them possible. In a town near you with a house full of prostitutes. Hostile, I make them possible. In a town near you with a house full of.
Sorry, H Instinct. We've actually heard this song before. I know for a fact that I reviewed this song before. Because I remember your name, I remember the beat. So we're gonna skip you. Sorry. Next time, submit a different song. Up next is Not See, okay, by Valor Hawk. Valor Hawk sings in multiple genres, and other songs of interest are Too Much and Get in Tune. Okay. Let's see here. Guitar's coming out on the left side, vocals are coming out on the right side. Let's work on that. That's like, before you even get too deep into the song, let's just start there. The guitar's coming out on one side, and the vocals are coming out on the other side. Wild. Let's keep going. You really can't hear vocals on the side.
What you wishing that you got me, I see. It's clear you're not seeing, cause you do not see. You will not. And I thought that was you. I knew. Break that bottle, honey. Sip it off the concrete, not me. What you wishing you got me, I see. It's clear you're not seeing. You cannot be what I got me.
Ooh. All right, so I don't know why I even did that. I like what you're trying to do here, but here are my thoughts. So the way you're approaching the song, like how you're singing on it, like you're kind of like stabby singing style, lends more to hip hop than the guitar. And so if you watched the show before, then you know that there's a genre of music that I coined as white man with guitar. And what white man with guitar is exactly what it sounds like. It's the genre where you have that one dude who has a guitar and he just sings his ass off with some crazy ass lyrics, right? And at first, when I first heard your guitar on here and I first heard you start singing, I'm like, oh shit, we're getting our white man with guitar song of the night. We always get at least one or two every episode. But then the more you started singing, I'm like, this needs a beat on it. This needs like a trap beat. You put it like take the guitars off, maybe leave them on or turn them down. Replace the guitars with a synthesizer, like some. I'm doing a lot of beatboxing tonight. Anyways, if if you replace that and then you put like a double time trap beat on there, like hold on a second, I'm gonna try. I don't know how well the audio syncs with my microphone and the song. I think there's a slight lag, but I'm gonna try and beatbox over this thing, and you'll hear what I'm talking about. It might sound like ass though. We'll see. Oh, he speeds it up. No, fucked up my whole experiment. Oh, he speeds it up. Oh, I gotta do my experiment now before I listen to the rest of the song. I want to hear this first part of the song. Yeah, like if you put like some drums on here, you put some drums in that first part, like some trap drums, like with some rolling hi-hats and like some like that would be like much better than what you're giving here. Because I think the guitar like kind of changes the message a little bit, like in terms of this like the vibe. Like I said before, we had the genre of white man with guitar, right? And most of the time, like when I hear this genre, it's not like songs with this lyrical aggressiveness. They tend to be like softer and more introspective. This one seems to be more political, more higher energy, which I'm not against. But I almost feel like the guitars don't do your voice justice in terms of like giving it a large sound. It almost kind of like makes you sound like everybody else, if that makes any sense.
Tonight, I smoke too much pot, I know. I gotta feel something to be high right now. I'm waiting on the inner flow to roll. Life's here if you wanna go to shows. And I won't ever be there in the end. And I don't think that life is my friend. You wanna be what you are. Life is just a stage, even though it gets hard. Yeah. Break that bottle, honey, sip it on the concrete, not me. You ain't wishing what you got me. I see, it's clear you're not see. You cannot see. Break that bottle, honey, sip it off the concrete. It's not me, you cannot see. Some phlegm up in my throat. I couldn't quite hit that note. I put my coin in
Okay, so the vibe of the song is definitely switched. So before, sorry, before I was saying that the first half of the song would benefit from some drums and like a more like kind of hip hopish, trappish feel because of how he was singing on the song. Like it was very kind of stabby and he was like in a pocket. But then as the song progresses and we get to the second half, it's definitely more back into the genre of like white man guitar. I should come up with like an acronym or something like that. WMG. Um WMG music. And basically like it gets very abstract, which I like. I like what he's doing here in the second half of the song, where it feels a little bit looser, a little bit more like kind of jazzy and more like freestyly. The first part had like a lot more structure to it, which is probably why I felt like it needed drums to it. But this part is definitely feels like more freestyly and more like kind of spoken wordy and more like kind of like off the dome. And I think that works for him. But I don't know. I still kind of stick to my statement though. Like I feel like the way that he's singing and like his vocal tones, it kind of reminds me of like a Juice World song or like a song from like artists like Juice World, like that emo era trap rap, little Uzi Vert type of deal. Like you could take this and tweak this and turn this into a rap song, like an urban like hip hop song. If you just took out the drum to replace it with a synthesizer and did some tweaking, you got something here. And this is just my hip hop ear. I'm mostly a hip hop artist, so like that's kind of like what I hear when I'm hearing that rhythm, and I'm like, okay. My producer head's like, throw some drums on that shit, bro. Throw some drums on that shit. You got something. You got something. In its current state, it's an interesting song. It feels like an acoustic version of another song, if that makes any sense. Like I feel like there's another version of the song that feels more fleshed out with like some full production, et cetera, so forth. And this is the acoustic version of this song. This is the MTV Unplugged version of this song. Now, I don't know if this is true. This might just be the only song, but that's how I feel about this. Like I feel like there's another version of the song that exists that's in a grander, larger form. If I'm wrong, I probably am. So be it. But that's my thoughts. I'm going to keep moving. We're going to go ahead and do this last song. Last but not least is 4 a.m. Interlude by December. Master link to all streaming platforms. R&B vibe, just the interlude. Just the interlude. I guess it does say interlude right there. Cool. So we're going to listen to an interlude to end the show, which I think is that's kind of poetic. We started off with a 15-minute song. So we about to end it with a little interlude, little outro, and that'll be it.
But you could slide. No, you ain't in for the night. You ain't gotta drive, I send a ride. If you don't wanna see me, then it's lies. And when you hit the bed, I get a rise. And love how you get to know my side. I know it's 4 a.m., but you could slide. I put that shit on, call my niggas on. She get what she want, East Saint Laurent. My baby a 10, put ice on every limb. We just getting icy, we ain't checking prices. Let me rub your back and dry your tears like I'm supposed to. I'ma have the food and with my baby, yeah, I know you. Love needed coaching, anti-socially. We be in the ocean, we have motion. I be in chiffon, in Jordans like Lupon. Put her in a song, I know that turn her wrong. My baby again, I really got a gem. We just getting night.
It's just cool. I feel like, I don't know, like, in this video I was working on today, I kind of talk about like this kind of music where it's like, so this video I'm about to put out, I'm putting out a video probably tomorrow, and like I said earlier, it's about is Drake's new album going to save hip hop? And save is in quotes. And basically what I'm talking about in this video is how, you know, Drake has dominated the mainstream hip hop sound for the last 10 years. And when he got washed by Kendrick last year, he disappeared. And like everybody's like, oh my God, hip hop's not fucking selling anymore. And hip hop is it's not charting anymore. It hasn't charted for the first time in 30 years. And you know, all these complaints coming from hip hop. But the thing about hip hop is that outside the mainstream, it's always been anti-establishment. It's been anti-government, anti-capitalism, anti-all that shit. And Drake flipped that script. And what ends up happening is that when it's not just Drake, but I keep saying Drake because he has an album coming out and there's free clout on the table. But when it comes to what Drake did to music, he produced a lot of artists that sound like this. Now, I'm not knocking December at all whatsoever. I think that what he's doing here is great. But at the same time, I immediately think that this is a Drake song. Just in terms of like how he's singing, the cadence of it, even the production sounds like a Drake song. And that's fine. And let me modify what I just said. It works for this situation because in terms of R&B music, we're lacking. We're lacking very heavy in the R&B music department. Back in the day, we used to have R&B songs where motherfuckers would go out here grabbing the air and singing and passionate in the rain and spinning in storms and stuff and singing about love and stuff like that. And we don't really have that anymore. Like there's a few artists who, especially in the male department, females, sure. We have like Kalani and a few other people. But in the male department, pretty much males are just like, I'm just trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that is blamed on Drake because that's like a lot of his mantra, right? And so I guess after this whole rant, going back to this song, my whole issue with this is that when you're trying to present yourself as an R&B artist, it's very hard to stand out as unique as time goes on. Like if you drop this song in 2002, it would go nuclear, right? But because you're dropping this song in 2026, it's like, oh, you sound like a Drake clone. Now, I don't know anything about you, December. I don't know a single fucking thing about you. So you might not be, like, this might be experimental. Who knows, right? But I can't help but think about Drake and think about the sound that he has carved out over the last decade when I hear this song. Let me keep listening to it to make sure I'm not bullshitting myself, though.
He checks for us nightly. He the change I seen. I read out to Paris. She kissing me in French. How nasty can you be? I'm feeling like a prince. She feeling on my print. I only caught a glimpse. I know she haven't said. Oh, know it's 4 a.m., but you can slide. No, you ain't in for the night. You ain't got a drop house in the ride.
Yeah. I stand by my statement. And the reason why, too, is I don't want you to take this wrong, December, because artists be sensitive as fuck. Like, your vocals are not that great. Like, in terms of, like, vocal quality, right? Like, you're kind of, like, rapping singing. Like, you're not out here, like, power singing and using, like when you listen to, like, a Chris Brown song or you listen to, like, I don't even know, Boys to Men or something like that, like it's the vocals that carry the song, right? In this song, I don't like your vocals don't carry it. Lyrics, but it's mostly the beat that's carrying my attention throughout the song, right? And the beat's doing most of the work. You have talent, like especially if you wrote this song, you can write a song, you understand the structure, you understand how to put together a solid track, but the separation between you and your cohorts and your peers is a very thin line because it sounds like it's in that same box. So what do, right? You try to get experimental, maybe. I don't know. Like, it really depends. Like I said, I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about your creative tenacity, what you're capable of. I don't know who made the beat. I don't know any of that shit, right? But, like, I look at an artist like Labyrinth, who's, like, one of my all-time favorite artists. He's the guy who did the first 2 seasons of the Euphoria soundtrack. Got kicked off the 3rd season, whatever, or he left or whatever. He pushes the threshold of his creativity as an R&B artist every time out. And sometimes it doesn't work. Right? Now Now, I'm not saying that you should be over here like singing over the didgeridoos and full scale orchestras and people farting in the background. I'm saying, but you might want to pull away from the Drake sound and maybe like, play around with something. Maybe team up with the last submission. What's the dude's name? I already forgot. Nazi. Oh no, that's not his name. His name is Valor Hawk. Teaming up with someone like Valor Hawk, right? To where you could like really try to like explore your creativity a little bit. Because I don't know like in terms of like, I'm not sure. You said Jacob Banks. I don't know who that is. Who's Jacob Banks? Google. In terms of like exploring your he's a Nigerian born singer. I don't even know what this is. I'll have to check him out, but apparently I should be listening to him. But what I'm saying is that like, I think the biggest issue that I'm having is the production, and then like, because the productions sound very boilerplate, right? So if I'm taking boilerplate beat that sounds like pretty much every other R&B beat that has come out over the last 10 years, what are you going to do to make it different, right? And so vocally, you didn't really impress me. You did fine. Like you're not a bad singer, but like you're not like Adele-ing it, or like I say Chris Brown over and over again, but Chris Brown in it. Jacob Banks apparently has amazing vocals. You're not doing that, right? You have autotune on there, so I got to dock a point off on there because the autotune is showing me that you don't have the skills to hit those notes necessarily. Some people do it as an aesthetic, but some people also do it to hide shit, right? And it's hard to tell which is which, so you have to make assumptions. But then also being able to have a song that really showcases you and makes your what am I trying to say? Makes your story shine uniquely. If you're going to continue to push this song, this is another, because one of the theme, every episode that we have, there's always a theme that I talk about. And one of the themes of tonight seems to be videos, like visual components to your videos. This would be a song that would benefit from a visual component. So having multiple reels of certain parts. I'm not sure if you're on Instagram right now, but this, like, if you're watching what Citizen is doing right now with that Time song, he's fucking blowing up. Has over 1 billion streams right now because he put together this whole visual package of all these different videos that are focused around a certain part of his song. You could do that with this track. Like, this track has that range. But I also think that it just has, it's kind of, I'm kind of contradicting myself here. I'm telling you it has range, but I also feel like it's inside of a box. But I don't know, do what you want with that information. I think I said what I need to say. Anyways, I'm done. We're done. Yeah, we're done. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here for the evening. Usually we have like way more submissions. Usually we have like 30 submissions, but tonight we only had 18. I got to a late start because of technical difficulties. My man through the Nebula hit us with a 15-minute song off rip. So, time got away from me, and I was like, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time trying to like give feedback on the 18 songs that we had submitted tonight versus giving less feedback on more songs and still trying to use the same amount of time. I'm always trying to be done by 9:00 my time. So bet. With all that said, I'm trying to be better about going live more outside of the heat check. Like I keep telling myself to go live every day. I went live last week and made some beats live. I might do that again this week. But my point is that in terms of building the heat check and Starstruck community, I'm trying to do more shit. So if you guys have ideas in terms of what you want to see from your boy, leave a comment on the video or send me an email. You can email me at starstruckunlimited@gmail.com or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. But make sure you guys tell your friends about this and let's keep doing this next week. I'm already seeing that in terms of like people staying for the whole episode. We're getting more and more of that. Oftentimes we get people coming in here and just like listening to the song and then leaving real quick. But when you stay for the whole show and you provide feedback and like engage in the conversation, it makes the whole show enjoyable for all parties involved, including me. So, you know, shout out to Cash is King, shout out to December, shout out to Linz Craig, who didn't even have a chance to submit, and they still, I'm not sure if you're a guy or a girl, I'm going by your name, they stuck around and still participated. That means a lot to me, and at the end of the day, if it's done correctly, it'll mean a lot to you too, because there's a lot of talented people in these groups. Like, I keep thinking about collaborating with Through the Nebula, because he's got some crazy shit, man. I keep hearing this shit. I'm like, man, I want to do some shit with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Even with like Cash is King, man, that beat that he played tonight that he submitted, like, bro, that's a crazy beat. It's funny that you say gaming traveled through the Nebula, because I've been playing the fuck out of Slay the Spire lately, Slay the Spire 2, and I've been wanting to go live with it, and just kind of shoot the shit and play Slay the Spire, because it's like my favorite game right now. And I really like gaming. The thing about gaming, though, and like this is something I was trying to explain to my wife, and this is the mistake that I made with everything else in my life, is that like once you try to like do it as a job and like monetize it, it kind of ruins it. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the heat check right now, like I think Travel Through is the only person who paid for anything tonight, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm perfectly okay with that, because I actually just like really, really enjoy listening to your guys' music live and be like, just like listening to like what people are doing out there, man. Like even if it's AI, like I don't actually get mad at that, because it's like you're trying to express yourself and however you need to express yourself, dude. So let's listen to it. And I'm saying, let's see what you're trying to tell the world. I'm saying, like, even if you use a robot, I might shit on it a little bit, because depending on what you did with the AI, like I might be like, because I think like going back to the AI, like I think that it could be a valuable tool. I'm not anti-AI. I am anti-replacement. Don't replace your vocals. Don't replace your whole fucking stack and catalog with AI, because that's silly. You could use it to sample. You could use it to mix and master. There's all kinds of cool. Like I just fuck with this Reference 3 from Master the Mix, and they're not paying me to say this, but that new Reference 3 plugin is fire. And what it does is like it literally, you put it on the end of your master stack on your DAW, and you put in a reference track, and you just fucking press play. And then what it does, it plays the reference track and it plays your song, and it tells you exactly how to mix your song to match the reference. It'll be like, yo, turn down your lows, adjust your mids, your compression. It'll tell you exactly how to make it match. I tried using this plugin. It was sick, bro. I got like one of the best mixes I ever got out of my music using this plugin. And that's AI powered, right? That's powered by AI. So it's not like AI is so terrible. I just don't want it to replace art. You know what I'm saying? That's like my whole argument. Is like, I don't want it to replace things. I use AI in all my shit. I have no problem saying that. I do. What you won't hear me say is that AI fucking replaced my whole fucking artistic mind. You won't hear me say that. Anyways, so that was my rant. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and play again a snippet of my new song, Clip It. I might play the whole thing. Who knows? But we'll close out with my new song, Clip It, which is gonna be on my new album and my deluxe version of Wishes Are Perfect, which is this album right here. You can go listen to the album, go watch the film, go download the app, or go read the book at wishesareneverperfect.com. There's a link in the bio right now, or not in the bio, in the description right now. So go check that out. And yeah, we're fucking out of here. I love y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Bleeze it, bring the swagger back, and smack a motherfucker in the MAGA hat, They wanna ride the wave, but they had their chance, I'm a motherfucking legend like I'm back of Vans, Yeah, I had to raise the interest like a cash advance, Yeah, I watch them turn to dust when I clap my hands, Niggas talking about the trust, so I had to laugh, Yeah, I can feel the rush when I do my dance, Every time that I move, I put them in a trance, They wanna taste the sauce, they wanna catch a glance, Now they're asking who the boss, like I'm Tony Danza, because I raise the fucking bar with every single stanza. Ooh, let me mix it up. Ooh, let me cut it up. clip it, cut, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, cut, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, cut. Sharp like a blade when I'm clipping it up. Feeling my pain when I'm giving it up. Ripping the vein when I'm stitching it shut. Spinning the frame when I'm flipping the cut. Dropping the bomb, I make it erupt. All that smoke, we turn it to dust. All that iron is really just rust. All that gold that came from the touch. Under the heavens and God that we trust. Making a family is more than just blood. Get what you get, so I'm storing the love. I've never been told that I was enough. Built from the dirt, I was born in the mud. Learn how to swim, me making it flood. All the blessings, they calling it luck. So I'm really not giving a fuck. Clipping it up, yeah. Clipping it up, yeah. Clipping it up, yeah. Clipping it. Ooh, let me mix it up. Ooh, let me cut it up. Ooh, let me take a hit. Ooh, let me clip it up. Clip it, clip it, clip it, cut. Clip it, clip it, clip it, cut. Clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, cut. Clip it, clip it, clip it.